Alright, so this is my chassis that I'm making, kind of like the Tracker chassis does. Just a rough cut of it, trying to see how much articulation I'm going to be able to get out of it. This is the body that I'll be using. It'll be sitting something like that. I don't know, somewhere around that line. Now I'm having to play a lot with the placement of the links because even though I would love to be able to have as much articulation as the chassis can provide, that's going to be an issue when I put the body on, because once you put the body on, those wheels will start rubbing up against the body and limit your articulation. So went ahead and made these little guys right here because I'm thinking about to limit that articulation. I'll be moving the shocks from this position up to these positions here, and I can go a little bit higher if I were to drill another hole here, which will give me a more limited suspension travel. Now it's right now it's at the narrowest that I can make it, and I'm planning on putting a plate that'll go from the front all the way to the back, so it'll give me all of this area on top of the chassis to put my electronics. These are the ESCs for the motors. I'm thinking about keeping those there just to keep the weight as low as possible, and I might actually even put the battery up in this area here under the top plate, and then I'll just use the top plate to put the servos that I'm going to be using for the winch. If everything works out, I'll be using those winches as a winch, and I'm also thinking about making a hook up in the front of the servos so that if I go sprung, I'll use the winches to actually lower the ride height of the chassis itself. You know, lower the front, lower the back, or just lower the whole thing altogether if I need a really low center of gravity for whatever it is that I'm going to be crawling over. See if I'll get you a shot from the top. Alright, so that's kind of like where it's going to sit. And then that's kind of like what it's going to look at from the back. And like I said, it's, you know, work in progress. We'll see how it turns out. I'm trying to keep as much as articulation as I possibly can, but as you guys already know, when you go scale, you lose a lot of what the crawling abilities that you have with your crawler. So I'll do what I can. Alright, keep you guys posted. There's another front view. I wish my camera would focus better. Oh, by the way, this is one of those new bright bodies. A little more detailed than what I'd be able to get if I were to make the body itself. Anyways, alright, keep me posted, let me know what you guys think.